Hello everyone, welcome to the GrowCast show. My name is Yu Hong and I'll be your host for today. And today in our studio with MC Gan, a realtor with 15 years of experience and specializing in condos in Singapore. And he also specializes in high-end property rentals. So let's get to our questions. What first drew you into the real estate industry and why have you chosen to build your career in this field?
I was introduced by a friend of mine into real estate industry. At that time, I was still an engineer, but I've always been fascinated by real estate and time is more flexible. So I made a total switch from an engineer to realtor 15 years back. I have a strong record in exceeding sales target. Recently, I just clocked in a sales of 8.8 million, which is way above 1 million, meaning transacted at record prices and building lasting relationship with clients. I'm passionate helping people finding their dream home, and I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my skills and my enthusiasm to my next client.
What are the practical ways a seller can position their home to achieve a higher selling price?
There are 5 ways to sell your properties at the highest price and at the highest speed. First, preparation and positioning your unit. Declutter and refresh the property. A new coat of paint and minor repairs and replacement if necessary. Number 2, marketing and exposure. Maximize all the platforms' reach. Target is to maximize exposure so that you have more viewings and to achieve highest offer. Number 3, uniqueness of the unit. Emphasize factors that determine the uniqueness of the property. Convenience of the location, layout, facing, tenure, renovations and amenities. Number 4, sales tactics and negotiation. Identify serious buyers. Negotiate beyond price. Handle multiple offers. The last one, timing and financial strategy. Avoid selling on peak off-season between November and January. Understand costs such as SSD, agent service fee, and legal fees. Timeline related to SSD as well.
How can someone check whether they are financially ready to upgrade their property?
If you're a HDB owner planning to switch to a bigger HDB, executive condo, or even a private condo, first you need to check your MOP, minimum occupation period. You must be legally complete your 5 years MOP before you can sell or buy any property. Second, HDB flat eligibility. If upgrading to a larger HDB or new EC, you have to log in your HDB flat portal to obtain your HFE letter. This official portal will calculate your exact loan eligibility, household grants, and flat options. Third, calculate your private property constraints. If upgrading to a private condo, HDB loans are not allowed. Fourth, prepare the down payment. Private upgraders requires a minimum 25% down payment, 5% which will be form of cash, and the rest will be CPF. With this, you are able to check whether you are financially ready to upgrade your property.
What are the key factors you look at before deciding whether a property is a good investment?
I think selecting a good investment property requires evaluating the asset through an objective financial rather than personal references. The most critical factors to analyze include high rental demand, future capital appreciation, and operating costs. Evaluate demand and location, proximity to transit and amenities, urban transformation, tenant profile. Number 2, run the financial numbers, rental yield, hidden costs, and net operating income. Calculate the potential with rental income minus operating expenses such as property taxes, maintenance taxes, agent commission, and insurance. Number 3, mitigate risk and leverage. Cash flow analysis. Understand the leverage limits. And of course, you need to have an exit strategy. Always have a clear exit strategy in mind. Ensure the property will remain liquid and desirable to future buyers, even if the market experiences a downturn. To explore this further, it helps to understand your financial targets and risk appetite with experienced agent. If you like, I can provide a more tailored framework or compare different avenues for you using my strategy.
How can a homeowner find out what their property is truly worth before they sell?
Home value depends on location, size, condition, features, and current market trends. Recent transacted prices. Compare your home with units of similar size within the same neighborhood. Floor level and facing. Higher floors generally fetch a premium, while views and west-facing sun exposure also play a role. The remaining years of the lease heavily dictate the valuation. Interior condition. Well-maintained or well-renovated units command higher prices. Professional valuation can provide accurate value and professional report can provide precise estimate. I can assist to provide and analyze the report and market trend to determine the best price.
How should buyers calculate their affordability before committing to a property purchase?
First, you need to calculate your borrowing limit, TDSR and MSR. Lenders in Singapore use strict ratios to ensure you don't overextend. Total debt service ratio. Your total monthly debt obligations, mortgage, car loans, credit cards cannot exceed your gross monthly income. Mortgage service ratio. If you are buying a HDB flat or an executive condo, your monthly mortgage payment cannot exceed of your gross monthly income. Another thing you have to look at is prepare your upfront costs. Your maximum purchase price isn't just about the loan. It depends on the cash and CPF you have on hand for the initial costs. Prepare down payment, taxes and fees. Factor in buyer's stamp duty, legal fees, agent commission and renovation costs. If you'd like to get a more tailored estimate, let me know your gross monthly household income, your total monthly debt obligations, car loans, credit cards or others, and your monthly CPF ordinary account balances and cash savings. I can generate a preliminary budget estimation for you.
How can buyers identify undervalued properties in Singapore?
In order to spot the undervalued property, first you need to make sure your potential value of the price will be higher than your market value. So how to spot this property? First, you have to look at the recent transacted prices. Then you have to look at the condition of property. Not so ideal. The seller will not expect a higher selling price. So from there, you might find some bargains, available listings in the market. So you have to find from the available listings and spot the undervalued property. And also for the listings in the market, you can find some bargain there. This is how I help my client to spot undervalued properties.
When should an HDB owner seriously consider selling their flat?
The owner should seriously consider to sell at the first term of their flat reach MOP. Based on my experience, I've seen many flats reach record price once the MOP reach the first term. Secondly, is the URA transformation. If your flat happen to be in the URA transformation zone, this is also a crucial factor for price to appreciate. Another thing you have to take note, if you continue to hold the property, the age of the property also decay and the buyer's loan eligibility also drop. Loan-wise also will be affected. If any flat reach less than 60 years remaining lease, you might not be able to get full loan and not able to withdraw fully your CPF. That's why I think that the owner should seriously consider to sell once the flat reach the first MOP, and that is the peak of the price.
What kind of property decisions do you hope more Singaporeans will make over the next 5 to 10 years?
I would say nowadays people buy property, they are looking for investment rather than, to buy for own stay. So most of the buyers, right, they might overlook and overcommit. They might over-leveraging. I think what is concerning now here is they should do a proper detailed financial planning before they commit, such as you might need to keep 6 months buffer for monthly installments. And that's why government also now came out a different computation, like based on 4% interest calculation to calculate your loan. So all these are in place because of worried people over-leveraging.
Who are the clients you feel you can help the most? Are they HDB sellers, upgraders, investor, or first-time private property buyers?
I'm not sure, but my client profile are mostly owners with multiple properties. I'm helping them to manage the properties as they are away in overseas most of the time. So they rely heavily on me. I also help them in terms of engaging contractors and advising them on tax filing. So these are the pool of clientele that I have right now.